GM, it's the 16th of March 2024, and this is your Solana Daily Debrief long form edition, and it's an exciting one. Starting with ReDAO. So utility is incoming. I've covered ReDAO in a separate tutorial, but basically you can go and burn scam NFTs that are original ones, not CNFTs, so an actual NFT, or you can also go and burn rugged projects, and then you can get back Re, and with Re, they're basically building their treasury in Sol, and the goal is to give Re a lot of utility coming forward. So this is not something that's going to expand like a meme coin or anything like that. This is just something to clean up the blockchain, and when you clean up the blockchain, it improves many, many things, and hopefully Re will gain value just by having a decent team. So if you've got some rubbish things that you want to get rid of, rubbish NFTs, make sure they are rubbish and of no value, go and burn them and get some Re. With Grass, there's over 1 million Grass nodes. It's doing very, very well. I have a referral link for this, and I do like Grass. Grass is like Uprock, I've mentioned it many times before, but I'm just keeping you up to date because clearly they're getting a whole lot of impressions, 200,000 views, and although many people are kind of using this, you may as well be part of it. I mean, there's 1 million nodes, so you may think, well, that's not really alpha, but there's billions of people, and if this has the potential to actually become, the best source of getting artificial intelligence data that gets fed into all these machine learning bots, then maybe this becomes extremely, extremely worthwhile for you just to use some of your internet bandwidth. So check it out. Now have a look at this. BONK is the high beta to SOL. Where SOL goes, the dog follows fast. Fun when the dog runs. So I kind of wanted to have BONK dip down a little bit, and then I wanted to put on a little bit of a leverage long, like a 5x or 3x, nothing crazy, maybe with like $5,000 worth. Because this is similar to, I covered it before, the BONK guy, and he turned $16,000 into, I don't know, 12 million or something insane. And he did this by doing a perp long at 6x on Bybit. And he did this about October or November last year, I think. Now, I'm not saying you do this, of course, I'm just giving you thoughts. But right now there's a lot of money going to random things, and they're doing well, and they're making people lots of money, and most people getting wrecked on other things. And that's just a way of crypto. It always happens, it always will. But I do see a rotation coming into BONK. I believe WIF it currently has a higher market cap, and congratulations to WIF, but BONK will still lead the pack overall, I think, in my opinion. But on the subject of Memecoins, serial entrepreneur shared his crypto portfolio. And if you have a look at this guy here, let's just hover over this. 400,000 followers, with all of these companies just making, $50,000 or more a month, doing very, very well. And this is his portfolio. What a winner. These things are going crazy. I have no idea how well they're going to do. A lot of them, like, this is funny for now. 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 But liquidity will go in and then it'll come out, in my opinion. However, I don't have a very good track record with understanding memes, because it's one of those things that if you put in 10 hours a day of research, maybe you'll do well. But just keep in mind that there's probably, across all the ecosystems, more than 1,000 meme coins created every day, and only 5 or 10 of them, maybe per day, will have a decent run. So you really need to track this, and there are other YouTubers out there that cover meme coins far better than I do. One meme coin that's gone absolutely crazy is Book of Meme. I have no idea how, but basically over $1 billion market cap within 2 days. So if someone got into this early, they've done exceptionally well. Happy birthday, Solana. It is your 4th birthday. Raj, co-founder of Solana, has this great post. Basically, March 16, 2020, lockdowns were spreading, financial panic globally. This, by the way, in 2020 was a mid-cycle slowdown. And this is expected amongst the 18.6-year property cycle, which generally all markets follow as per the belief system of the 18.6-year cycle, with the peak being 2026. That's the expected peak. Just a little bit of random information just to suggest that although this kind of came out of nowhere, it actually always tends to happen. Anyway, so this is normal as well. Every founder we talk to across all of tech, not just in crypto, canceled their launch. Investors called every company to batten down the hatches, just weather the storm. It will be years. It wasn't years. Things just shot up. And this is the nature of a very short mid-term cycle. It wasn't years, and this is just the nature of a mid kind of cycle slowdown. So they pulled it off. And now we've got this fantastic situation where huge number of transactions, over 1,600 validators, and things are just booming along. I'll just mention this very, very quickly in case you notice that the number of validators has been decreasing. That's because there were some validators that were getting stake from the Solana Foundation, and they just were not adding to the actual network. So the stake was withdrawn by the Solana Foundation, and therefore it dipped below 2,000 validators. I just say this as I hope to attract more people from Ethereum and other blockchains, and long story short, people want an approach where there's 1 million validators, but it's just not a reality. You can't have extremely high throughput and then have everyone running a validator from their PC. The technology just doesn't exist yet. Let's have a quick look at ETH. Sometimes I'm just going to repeat the same content over and over and over, and I think that's a necessary thing. One thing is sometimes I give you too much information and then what's the actionable intel, it might kind of get lost. All I really want to say here is, at least per CryptoCurb, the price of SOL is going to follow ETH in the previous cycle. So this is what's happening right now. Target $869. That's the first target, $869. So quite often the safest thing is just to go and do a dollar cost average on SOL. If you go into Memecoins or anything like that, you have to outperform SOL. You must do that. If you cannot do that, then you may as well just hold SOL. This is not guaranteed. There's no guarantee on this, but it's a very achievable target in my opinion. And there are quite a few smart traders that think along these lines. And all I'm doing is I'm sharing their views. So it won't take very long before we're past the old all-time high, and then things will go up. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be pure smooth sailing for Solana because the blockchain, it's kind of having the same problems of other blockchains. Not to the same degree, but basically right now, 1,000 transactions per second, and there's 500 more transactions per second that we kind of need. So scaling the blockchain is obviously a priority, but then again, we're just not ready to scale it yet. Having said that, if we can do 1,000 transactions per second and all of the EVMs kind of combined that are actually getting proper use, kind of max out in total at 200 max, then we're already doing very, very well. But just keep in mind that on the way to this price, we'll have little dips, we'll have little FUD sessions, and maybe the actual Solana blockchain does go down again. It would suck, but remember, we're not at the point of having 1 billion users on Solana. This is still very much in a beta test. It would suck, but remember, we're not at the stage where we have 500 million people using Solana or just using crypto in general. So if it happens now in this early stage, it's better for it to happen now as opposed to in 2030. And just keep in mind, if the blockchain does go down again, it will build character. It will build a community. Raj was asked, what's your fave memory, high or low in the last 4 years? The day that DGen Ape Academy launched and every user in crypto was banging down the Discord, enduring failed launch after failed launch. That was when we learned trauma bonding is a feature, not a bug. And it's very, very true. Back then, just for context, I was working in Phantom doing all their support. And all of a sudden we went from like 50,000 users to 500,000 users. And I was just being slammed. And it was a crazy, crazy time. The wallet was not used to that kind of demand. RPCs were going down. The actual DGen Ape mint crashed. And the whole experience basically catapulted Solana into just this massive kind of realm of its own when it came to NFTs. Then we had a situation which is very, very common. The price of SOL went up to $250 and then it came crashing down. And then SBF and his team of cronies, we'll call them, they stole people's money. SOL went down to $8. BONK came along, brought in all this community effort, and then things started to improve and people have just been shipping and grinding through the bear market. So just try and keep that viewpoint there, that there will be problems across any project. Just stick around. If it's net positive, stick around, contribute to it. You will learn something, you will become more hardened, and hopefully the success of the project will reward you in the future. Cadence has a little bit of potential alpha. Could be wrong, but looks like accumulation to me. The longer the accumulation, the bigger the move. So this relates to the shadow token. Now, I haven't looked into this, but my understanding is there's a decent amount of shadow tokens with FTX. So we have potentially a situation where FTX will start selling them. So if they start to move, I don't know this for sure, but I would probably set some DCAs out or maybe even some limit orders out. You can do this on JUP. So if it kind of bounces up to maybe $2, maybe you want to sell some if you've been holding this for quite some time. It's unfortunately not a reflection on the project. I'm not sure exactly everything they're doing. It's just the unfortunate thing that those assets are being liquidated probably quite soon by FTX. Now I'm finally starting to feel right. Plasma points out that JUP has just gone on a crazy run and it's doing very, very well. And I initially said when the JUP launch was happening that I predicted it to go over $1 very quickly, and then I think $1.30 or $1.40. I didn't do this based on anything other than the fact that I thought as soon as the launch happened, it would move straight into LFG launchpad stuff and things would just continue. Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm super bullish on the JUP DAO. I'm super bullish on the JUP team. The JUP DAO will become the biggest DAO in crypto, hands down. I don't think anyone will be able to contend. I think Meow's mind, it kind of runs at 1 million transactions per second just in his mind. His vision is he knows that if the community is rewarded and invested in JUP, then it's a winner. And it's the most smartest, simplest idea ever. To be honest, there are so many projects out there that want to give a little bit to the community and say thank you very much. And they don't understand that if they have this aggressive community that's almost tribal, then they're going to win so much more. But people's marketing efforts, their meme creation, all this needs to be rewarded. And as soon as someone starts to copy whatever JUP is doing in their own respective field, maybe it's a game, then I think they will get the JUP effect. So in a similar way, BONK and Memecoins can have this. Not as well as JUP does, but they can have this kind of effect. Now, right now, the price is retracing a little bit. I don't know what it's going to do. Long term, very bullish on JUP, so I don't care. I do have a long on. I mentioned that at 75 cents that I closed my short and I went to a long. My short position, just for transparency, it was a hedge. It was only a hedge because I have a little bit of JUP and I wanted to kind of keep that price locked in. So then I went and put on a long, not a crazy long, nothing too crazy, but then the price kind of shot up. So I put it on at 75 cents. Let's have a look. Not too long ago, to be honest, like a week ago, and then it's shot up. Now, if you do want to take profits on your JUP, but you've actually got it staked, then it takes 30 days to unstake before you can sell it. What you can do is you can go put a short position on with, say, drift.trade or another of your favorite DEX. It needs to be done as a perp, and I have a tutorial video on that, and then you'd start to unstake your JUP. I'm telling you how to do it because there's a video that covers it, but I'm personally not doing it. JUP, in my opinion, is very, very undervalued. Also on the subject of JUP, we have two new awesome candidates, Sanctum and Adrestray Finance. So there'll be more coming along. Slog and Chemo cover this very, very well. But make sure you join the Discord. You will not want to miss their AMA next week. And these AMAs, they go onto the YouTube channel if you cannot catch it in Discord. Slog also says down here, I think we're looking at early or mid-April for the next vote. And I'll look and see if I can cover Adrestray Finance for you very, very shortly. Parcel's coming to Drip March 22nd. Now just be aware that Drip is running into issues basically because the Solana blockchain, there's just too much demand for it. So not all of the NFTs have been sent and it's quite an expensive process to send all these NFTs. All the fixes will hopefully be coming very, very soon. Now I don't know if Parcel coming to Drip is going to have any sort of points bonus or anything like that, and I don't care. I don't think people understand how amazing Drip is and how massive Drip will become. It is going to be the biggest used dApp in all of Solana. There'll of course be JUP, but when it comes to NFTs, it will be Drip. And I do need to do a decent tutorial on it, but I just need to wait for all the blockchain improvements to kind of come through, so hopefully within the next few weeks. In the meantime, it's not hard to use. Go and sign up to Drip. And go and subscribe on March 22nd for this. I'll set a reminder, so watch my video on March 22nd, and then you can remember to go and subscribe yourself. Island DAO is happening in a few months. Go to island-dao.com, May 17th to June 14th. Apply now and go from there. By the way, just a random little bit of advice to anyone actually building product. Don't have a hyphen in your domain name. If you can't get islanddao.com, change it. Go with islanddao.link. Hyphens are rubbish. Having said this, the reason why you want to do this is you can go and connect with other builders. This is more for devs, but it could be for founders as well. Go get busy in the co-working space and just go and have a blast connecting with other builders so we can make this space a really, really epic space. Now, anyone that's been using Flexlend will know that I keep on mentioning it because it's just so smart. It routes your USDC or USDT to the best dApp for the best returns. And then if the amount of APY changes, it will route it again. Now, if you use Sonar.watch, you can see your portfolio balance. So Sonar.watch means you can put in any address and you can see where the positions are and what the value of that wallet is worth. Elements NFTs will start to receive allocations from a few different projects. So if you have any Vanta NFTs, go and burn them for your Elements PFP. The Vanta NFTs from Asset Dash, they are not getting any of these airdrops. Here's some actionables for today. Firstly, if you don't own a ledger, go and buy a ledger. We're entering this euphoric zone. Your portfolio in your wallet is likely going to be 10x of what's in your bank account. And I want to make sure that you're keeping those funds. So you'll move a lot of the funds onto the cold wallet, the ledger, and you'll keep just some in the hot wallet. 2, go through all of your wallets and make sure you've claimed your JUP. Then either move all the JUP into one wallet or just have a record of which wallets have JUP in them and go and stake them at vote.jup.ag. 3, if you agree with me, and remember it's not financial advice, but if you agree that the price of SOL will go a lot higher, go and take some USDC or something like that and go and set up a dollar cost average at jup.ag. Maybe a small amount every day, $20, $50, I don't really mind. It's entirely up to you, but just accumulate that SOL, and as it enters your wallet, just go and stake it with validator.com. And finally, if you're going to dive into new meme coins, remember, I'm not your person. But I will say, if I was diving into meme coins, I would take profits. And if I missed out on the next whiff, then I would just have to live with that, because 99.9% of all tokens will never be the next whiff. That's all for today. Remember, on Monday I'll have an airdrop farming video out, so make sure you're subscribed so that you catch that one. Catch you Monday.